Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Melbourne Renegades versus Brisbane Heat game, in which Brisbane Heat won by 6 wickets with 11 balls to spare in what was a very interesting game. We had all the chaos pre-game with the Tom Curran news and how that's going to shape things up, especially I think giving us a leg up for those guys that are around that sort of 11-1200 that had pre-planned to not go too heavy round one, because I'm pretty sure with my maths, if I think correctly, that there is a most likely case scenario that that the people who trade boosted in round one because they had something like 6 or 7 Heat players, and also having like the 2 strikers players, if they wanted to get up to 5 strikers players or something like that, then they'd still probably have like 3 or so Heat players, and that would mean that they probably are going to have no bench scorers, or potentially have to cop a donut, or potentially have to trade boost again, which means that they don't have any trade boost left. So that means when we get to that Scorchers game, we'll be able to get one more of the Ty Berendorf-Richardson combination alongside Connolly, and you will just see that we'll be able to, if I bring it up quick when I get to the actual, after the intro, you'll see that there's just a massive roll-on effect that trade boost can really help us with, having that in the back end. But before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So, like I was saying with the, just previously with the trade boost and how that's really going to impact us. So here's my plan at the moment, and you will see that there is a trade boost now that I am going to definitely use here. If I just put it something like, no, that's just a terrible color to use, something like that. And I'm most likely going to be trade boosting in here. So obviously I got rid of Tom Curran last night before the first ball was bowled, and I did get a little bit unlucky that I went Nessa, even though I probably should have actually just gone with and it would have saved me 12k and netted me like 90 points, but I should have just gone Jake Fraser-McGurk and then also had Nessa on the bench. But that's just gotten me, I think I lost something like 12k or something doing that. Where's Nessa? Nessa here, yeah, I lost somewhere around 12k or something doing that plan, and 60 odd points. So yeah, I didn't expect Fraser-McGurk to go and score 100 like he did, but anyway, there's good cash gen out of him. But with the plan here, if we go back to the trade plan here, you can see for me, especially now with the 6s down to 1 for pretty much the rest of the tournament, and my plan here is to potentially pick up like Abbott in this round here. Something, if I just put that down, actually, sort of some notes here. I probably spelled Abbott wrong. There you go. You can see sort of the plan and how it's going, and how if a team has somewhere close to, with me, I'm going to be running it close, I believe, with, if I go over to my actual side here, you'll see I've got I've got 2 Brisbane Heat guys, and I've also got 5 strikers guys. So if people had for instance, something like the 7 strikers, or sorry, not the 7, they'd like 6 or so Heat, then they'd have 4 guys here or something, or 3 guys here, or even 2. They'd be down to 2, having already used a boost in the same situation as me potentially. But also they would have to get rid of Curran, which means that that 6 would turn into a 3 here, and that 3 would then, you'd have 5 and 3 and just disregard the other guys, but you'd have to boost again to not cop a donut if you have like McDermott, or some people would have Harper, some would have Gilkes, but there's a high likelihood that you have someone like a McDermott who on the wicketkeeper bench, and that would mean that they're most likely going to cop a 0 somewhere in there, and that's going to be really hard for them unless they boost out of it again. But using that trade boost, as we said, is going to be so much more valuable here when you're trying to either fix around your rookies, like I now can potentially use a trade boost to get rid of Jake Fraser-McGurk's cash or something like that, or in like round 5, round 6, etc. Or I can use it to get another Perth player, which will be huge because they've got this great run here to end the season where you're going to want basically their whole bowling lineup, to be honest with you. If we just go here and quickly just look at Richardson and look at their schedule come the end of the season, you'll see here round 6 against Adelaide he averages 85, Round 7, again, if I make this bigger for you guys. Then we go round 7, he plays Sydney Thunder. Round 7, he also plays Brisbane, then he plays Brisbane, and then he plays the Sixers, who he generally plays actually really well against. So there's guys like that you really want at that back end of the tournament. So that's just discussing the Tom Curran news and how that's going to impact it. But let's actually get through the game that occurred. Quinton de Kock, 7-ball duck, just didn't get going. And he's going to drop massively. I mean, I think he dropped to 0, I want to say. If I actually bring up the game day and then I bring up the BBL matches and then not that game, we want this game here, you'll see Quinton de Kock a 0 off a break even of 87, meaning he's probably going to drop 21. I reckon it'll be 150. And 150 for Quinton de Kock. As you can see here, a 41 difference nets him a minus 10.7k. So let me just try and do the math here. Divided by 10.7. So per 3.8 per thousand, 3.8 points per thousand, and he is, let me actually do that a different way, divided by 41, so 0. So it's around to that, and then he got, times that by 87, so he's going to drop in my, in what I think to by around 22.7 thousand, which will put in what 148.5. Is that what it is? 148.5 is my projection for Quinton de Kock, and it'll be somewhere within give or take 2k of that, I reckon. So yeah, anywhere between 146 and 150, which is going to be a lot unders. He's going to have a massive break even. I might even fade Quinton de Kock, given he plays in round 3 Hobart and Perth could actually be hard for him to play against given their attack, so I may fade him. And then we've got here, let's go back to the game. Joe Clark, 7 off 12, got run out for the second time. He's just been useless. Fraser McGurk, I wish I had him on field, but 55 off 23. I believe if I go back to my projections here, he is going to go up 26k and be huge cash gen. He's going to have like a minus 20, minus 30 break even, and he's going to be one that you can really sort of attack. And as you can see here, just some next round trading planning. And then you got Nick Madison, 15 off 21, never really got going, but I'm happy that Paul Walter took the catch, because Paul Walter had another, we'll get to him, he is saved in my season pretty much after the disappointment of Richo. And then you've got, so Nick Madison, Aaron Finch has just been horrific, and he got caught by Nathan McSweeney off of Paul Walter. He actually smoked, that was probably the one ball he actually smoked, and obviously I'm not going to show it on a replay, but that's because of copyright, etc. But that's what I remember, he smoked it to cover and got caught there. Jono Wells, 34 of 24, he looked really good and back to his best, and if he can get that sort of Jordan Silk type role, which he's shown in the past he can for, was it Hobart, I want to say, or was it Adelaide? It might have been Adelaide. It might have been both. I don't remember exactly, but I remember he was at a different side beforehand, and he was able to sort of do that sort of finisher role. I think it was Adelaide. But yeah, 34 off 24, 141 strike rate is a 15 bonus, so that's a 49 right there, and he was one of their top scorers. If we look at this game here, you can see Jono Wells, 49. And then you go here, let me just delete that. Will Sutherland, 12 off 9, got the 12 points there, I believe. Did he do anything else? Really might have taken a catch as well to get that to get up to that marker. Yeah, you can see no wickets though, but still for him, a 27 still generates 11k, so he's going to be in 193k even without a wicket. So he's just so valuable that he has so many facets to his game. Him, Jamie Overton, Paul Walter, Matt Short, all these sort of all-rounder guys, they get 2-3 overs with the ball and really guns in the field as well, so they generate points. I think Matt Short, before the game that he had earlier this round, it was something like 7.8 points per game. Maybe it was 7.8 points per game last year in the field alone, just off catches. So that just shows how much value he holds. And that really does profit, because he took, I think, 2 catches himself. But you have guys like Walter, Overton, and himself that generate 5 to 10 points per game just off the fielding themselves. Move to Tommy Rogers. He ended up with a 20 off 14, a 142, which is 35 with the bat. I don't think he took any wickets. No wickets yet for him, but a little bit of scoring with the bat. 42, so he'll go down another 15k or so to 145, which will be definitely pickable in the bye. And given their bye run of Hobart and Perth, where he averages pretty good against Hobart, and against Perth he should do all right at Optus. I'm probably going to be picking him and the likes of Richardson, and then probably Steketee and Usman Amir or something like that as the 4 guys that I go for there, especially if we get the news that Usman Amir is safe and will not be travelling to Lahore and will just be meeting up with the test squad or the T20 squad when he goes out there. Kane Richardson got run out first rock. That was just really funny, that last over. And Adam Zampa got a 5 off 1, so that extra 5 points definitely did help. Michael Nisa got the maiden to really help himself out. I think Jake Fraser-McGurk getting to him sort of just meant that he was only going to get the 2 overs, but it was really weird the way that they run this. And against the better sides, I think they'll get found out with their weaker batting lineup. 2 overs for Nessa, didn't have to do anything else, didn't get a bat. He didn't get a bat because Walter did the job and Renshaw actually turned up. Spencer Johnson, 4 overs, 1 for 39. I just think that Michael Nessa is the better bowler, to be honest, at the death. I don't think Spencer Johnson provides much at the death compared to Nessa with his slower balls, so I'm surprised about that. Johnson getting, what was it, the last over, I believe. Kuhneman, 3 overs, done for 19, did his job, 5 dot balls, and then also the 10 economy rate bonus, so he would have ended up with like a 15 or something like that. And then he also got a catch there to get up to 25. Mitchell Swepson and Xavier Bartlett, again, 1 for 27, 1 for 28 for them. Xavier Bartlett, no economy rate bonus, so only the 28 plus the run out for 48, I believe. 47, one of them must have 1 extra as well, so that gets him down to 47. And then also you can see Sweppo here with a 38, which was decent for cash gen. If we look at this, that cash gen is probably a 117, netted him 31k. So 30.9. So let's actually do this the other way. And then you get that, and then you go, he beat his break even by 108, so I suspect he'll go up 28.5k, which is still a massive generation of cash for those people who went Swepson this week, but you might have also had to back out of that Swepson trade just because it could really hurt you now that Tom Curran is out, and you may have to cop some donuts somewhere around the line if you did try and trade in Swepson. And then you've got here Paul Walter, 4 overs, 3 for 27. He was absolutely huge, 70 points with the ball, 9 dot balls, so that would get him 79. Add in the catch that he had up to 89, and then add in the 10 points from the economy rate bonus, and you already get him up to a 99, I believe, with the ball. And he might have had 1 or 2 leg buys, which meant only 97, I want to say, with the ball. As you can see, yeah, a couple leg buys off his bowling, maybe 1 leg buy, 1 buy. So that got him down to a 97 with the ball. Gonna have to get through this quickly as my thing needs to be put on charge. Then you have with the Brisbane Heat batting innings, and this was the only thing I had to say about them in the innings break, was just their lineup does look a little bit thin, and I think against the better sides it will get found out. I think that Melbourne especially, you weren't able to dominate. Their score on the ball was probably good enough. It was just Billings and Renshaw. Really, they didn't do any... they weren't able to get that 4th wicket to expose Walton, Nessa and Bartlett very early. And I just think that there is a very high chance against the better sides that they'll just get a run on quickly, and it'll be very hard for Brisbane to recover. But the job that Billings and Renshaw really did recover the innings. But Josh Brown, 14 points. Munro, 12. So I got a win of 9 points from Jai Richardson, and also I get the Jai Richardson playing next week as well, in the next round as well, against, who are they playing in the next round? Let's just check through Hardy. Who are they playing? They have Melbourne Renegades next round. That could be a bloodbath. I know it is at the Optus Stadium, which Jai Richardson actually surprisingly doesn't bowl too well at, but hopefully he's back on form and he can really put some 100 points on there. But because if he puts a 100-pointer on there to get a 110 or so point gain for like 42k cash gen, it really is not as bad, especially with all the cash gen we're getting out of Fraser McGurk, Connolly, and some other guys like Walter doing massive things. But as you can see, McSweeney, 9 off 15. He's been horrific to start the year. Renshaw, 49 off 37, so no 50 bonus for him, and 132 strike rate, so he only gets the 10 bonus there, so 59 plus potentially a catch for a 69, and then 2 catches as well for a 79. So that was huge from him, but I'm not looking at him pretty much ever again because he's a batter only and doesn't bowl at the moment. Billings, 40 off 29, 137 strike rate, so he got the 10 bonus, so he would have got a flat 50 and no wicket-keeper catches for him. And then the man of the hour, Walter, 30 off 15, the full bonus of 25 for the strike rate, getting him up to a 55, and to add to his bowling performance as well, gets him to a 152 and absolutely blew away everyone else. And if I actually go to, it's probably actually easier just to do my team and then show you how he is team picked. You can see he is picked in 14% of teams, and then we also go to ranks top 1%, and you will see he is in the top 1% owned 34% of the time, and then in the top 5% he is owned, where is he? 36% of the time. So he seems around 30% owned in the top 5, 10%, 35% owned, somewhere around there. But that just shows that I do think we do undervalue a lot of the lesser named like imports, the international guys that are sort of T20 specialists as Paul Walter and Jamie Overton are. And I think that a lot of people just sort of think, especially like we've seen with Thornton, he misses out on the squad tonight because Jamie Overton has taken that role perfectly. Jamie Overton bowls enough speed that it basically negates any role that Henry Thornton had in the thing. And I think a lot of people were predicting Henry Thornton to play, and he's just not playing at the moment because he's not necessary, as it seems like everything's going slow. So let's wrap this up a little bit quicker. Tom Rogers, 3.1 overs, none for 27, no economy rate bonus, 7 dot balls. So we saw he got, a 30 or 40, something like that. Let's just check here. He got a, where is he, a 42. Then you have here Majid, 2 wickets, a catch, 9 bonus there. So he ended up, I think, 59. 68 for him, so he was absolutely huge, but he goes, I believe, in the middle of their double, so I'm not going to be looking at him. Kane Richardson, 1 for 28 off of 3, no economy rate bonus, 27 points for him, I believe. Let's see, 26, so he must add a leg bye or a bye in there. Will Sutherland, nothing much today, only 6 points with the ball, but he could easily come back strong in their double. I believe the Melbourne Derby is in the double. I just need to double check that, if it will allow me to. I'm trying my hardest to get through this quickly, as it doesn't seem like this wants to respond terribly well. It just seems very, very slow at the moment. Let's just see here. Who do they have in the double? They've got Perth and Hobart in the double, I believe. Yeah, Perth and Hobart in the double, so no Melbourne Derby. The Melbourne Derby is in the Melbourne Stars second double. That is when the Melbourne Derby is in. And do they have the Melbourne Derby in round 1? Or no, they've got the Melbourne Derby in round 8 as well. And then to finish off, you got Adam Zampa, 4 overs, 1 for 36. Got carted by Walter in the end, but Walter just went off, so there was that. And then also you have Nick Manetson, 1 over for 12 runs, and he in the end shouldn't have really bowled. But anyway, this has probably been a very, very choppy video, as I can just see my frame rate is just horrific. So hopefully you guys were able to get through that and or at least listen to it for the people on the podcast. But other than that, that is the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.